Ron says, quote, I think how the Mets really screwed up in that situation is because they've publicly done it so much, saying to my son, we don't want you anymore. We want to trade you, but we want X amount. But with Milwaukee getting Reynolds and Overbay, now they're back into a corner. It's part of the game. It's like I told them, you're like a piece of hamburger meat. You sit there in the grocery store. When you're first out there, you look real good. The older you get brown and tarnished, and people don't pick you as much. Brown and tarnished burgers are not good. That being said, Sandy Alderson, your rebuttal, please.
Well, we're going to have some competition at first base, and it's possible that both players will be on the team, and if they are, then I think it's important to have some flexibility in how they're used. So it's possible that Lucas will see a little bit of time in the outfield during spring training. He's been undergoing some very extensive workouts in Michigan, both in the fall and now, and so we'll see how that translates. But they'll both be in spring training, and we're looking forward to the competition.
Lucas Duda has played 233 games in the outfield for the New York Mets. None of them have been good defensively. Are the Mets watching the games that they played, John? I mean, I'm sorry. Lucas did a nice job at first base. He's clearly more comfortable at first base. Yeah. The last 2 years, he's minus 29 defensive runs saved. That is abominable. Why on earth would you entertain putting him in the outfield again?
You know, I don't care. He can go to fitness camp all day long, all month, all season long. But he's not an outfielder. We know that. I think Alderson, at this point, he's just trying to come up with an explanation for this. They did put themselves out there wanting to trade Ike Davis. I don't see Duda in the outfield, though. They got 4 outfielders. Yeah. Don't forget the 2 youngs, Legaris and Granderson. Yeah. Where is he going to play? I mean, he might end up being a bat off the bench. I still think Ike Davis could get traded in spring training. I think a team like the Orioles might still want him. They could use him for sure. I think that could happen.
Well, I think there's no way that Duda can play the outfield. That is the bottom line. You've seen it. The one strength of the team later in the year was after Legaris came out, they had a strong outfield. Young came over the trade. It made a humongous difference. Please, I could tell the Coyote, don't open the Acme box. It's not going to work. Bottom line here. John, you spoke about Curtis Granderson. He was in Chicago earlier today. He always does such good things in the community. He paid visits to several local schools in the area where he grew up. Granderson trying to recruit the youngsters to get involved in baseball through his foundation, the Grandkids Foundation. And while there, I get a big ovation. He was asked why he thinks the Mets will be much improved this coming season.
I think the biggest thing is excitement, enthusiasm, and change. You know, change has always been a good thing, and it's been that way for me over the course of my career. When you start adding additions like myself, Chris Young, Bartolo Colon, guys that have been successful, guys that have played at the highest level, guys that have played into the postseason, plus you bring into an organization such as David Wright and Murphy and Davis and all those other guys, you start putting pieces together, just little pieces, you start to make a nice big puzzle. If you're able to have fun, if you look back in years past, the teams that have seemed to have had the most fun have been the most successful. And if it's still a game as when we were little kids, which is the same message I'm talking to all the kids about today. If you're able to have fun, you're going to want to get better. You're going to want to improve, and therefore the result ends up being more fun.